Are they on their way?
And then the detective comes in.
What happened to my car? Hey!
And go.
What is up, everybody? Adam from FWCI here. This is REN, Bittersweet Symphony, parentheses, The Verve. Loved that song. I was about like 12 or 13 when that came out, and it was so unique and different at the time. The like really sort of like clean string samples and the weirdo lyrics, and the video clip was the best. So I'm low-key hoping that we get REN walking down a sidewalk, just knocking people out of the way left, right, and center as he stoically raps into the heart of our souls. Or maybe he's just gonna bust a bunch of sick raps. Who knows? Well, you do. Patreon.com/FWCI is where you can support my channel further. Make sure you subscribe here on YouTube because I plan on doing more REN in between all the other like big TV series and stuff that I usually do. I like doing funny comedy TV series like Taskmaster and Last One Laughing. I'm reacting to the Traders. If you're on the Trader train, choo choo. But like I say, I'm a massive fan of the original Bittersweet Symphony song, and if this has got anything to do with that, it might just be a title. I don't know, I might be hyping all this up for absolutely no reason. But if it is anything to do with the original song, I'm gonna be a very happy boy. This is REN, Bittersweet Symphony, parentheses, The Verve. Oh, well, we're off to a good start. Is it just gonna be a sample?
I've got dirt on my Reeboks from staying up all night. Spent my last £10 on this pack of Marlboro Lights. I phoned up Stevie, I said, G, you alright? He said, it's 6 in the morning, brother, get some shut-eye. I feel a sense of well-being this time in the morning. Wear my heart out of my hoodie while the city is...
There's the poor sucker who's about to get knocked into fucking traffic.
Distant sirens, they crescendo like a symphony calling. This is the Britain I know, this is the Britain I love. There's poetry inside this city if you listen enough. Working class casualties out on the street sleep rough, while a mother with her baby takes her pram to the pub. And while she's knocking them down, the cost of living goes up. I can't relate to politicians with their head in the mud. I resonate with messy Fridays with the boy smoking bud. We do our bit to numb the struggle, as below so above, and as above so below. Here in the city we glow, I blow a smoke ring up to heaven and it makes a halo. And then the clock strikes 7, guess it's time to head home. My companion is the city, so I'm never alone. I'm stepping in and out of gaps of the pavement cracks, and if I go to sleep now, that's an anticlimax. People rise for work and the sun mirrors that. A perfect juxtaposition for those out on the lash. Bear with me, it's beautiful, I think it's irrefutable. There's beauty in the contradicting Britain, indisputable. Junkie in the cubicle, that old spoon is usable. His mother's in a black suit, crying at a funeral. 9 to 5 crucible, this route is not commutable. A kid falls off the tracks and then he serves a scratch at juvenile. Libby's at the Dolies, but her disposition's humorful, while Davy's at the bookies and his mates call him delusional. Britain, drink it down and moan about the weather when the sun starts shining. Feel the factor 10 tremor. Boys, we'll be in it together until the fists start flying like they're Conor McGregor, and then he's out. I think he took it too far. I think the boy saw red. I think he hit him too hard. Now he's face down on the pavement with the face full of tar. Mad how small altercations can define who we are. That's my cue. I guess it's time to head home. It's bittersweet how my high found its way to below. And I've said it once before, as above so below. Living on the streets of Britain, you just go with the flow. But I'm done, I'm out for the night. As the sun paints the pavements, I'll turn out the light. White noise on the radio to quiet my mind. Always was an overthinker, just the way I'm designed. Britain, drink it down and moan about the weather. When it's all said and done, we'll be in it all together. Boys, we'll be like you forever. It's a bittersweet symphony, we're birds of a feather.
Yo. That reached me on many levels. There's a lot of the lyrics that I didn't catch. Why do people always die in street violence in REN videos? People die in REN videos. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone that's ever sampled Bittersweet Symphony before to any sort of mainstream success anyway. And that song, that beat is ripe for it. When he started rapping over like just that very soft string at the beginning, I don't know anything about REN, but I'm going to assume that Bittersweet Symphony was a very pivotal song for him growing up. Maybe like I don't know how old he is, but if he was in the CD generation, maybe he had the CD single and one of few, and that's all he had to listen to, because the way that he rode the absence of drums in the beginning of that was actually kind of touching. I don't know why. And I'm looking forward to going back through this in a moment and doing a bit of a deep dive into the lyrics, but was there a sign? I was talking about wanting to see him elbow people into traffic, but was it the opposite of that? Was he really just like walking around everybody and like trying to be a good pedestrian? And it sounds like he is talking about like the city streets of like London and, you know, this area that he's obviously very familiar with. Bittersweet Symphony is a great phrase and a great song to use to illustrate that. Wow, this, I almost feel like I've not heard this before, but you know how every now and then you hear something where everything just falls into place? I'm getting that vibe from this. Alright, I'm going to watch this video one more time, and I'm going to sort of pause as we go along and, you know, try and discuss the lyrics a little bit more. And then at the end, I will watch the live version as well. I think I saw the thumbnail, and I think there's someone there with an actual, you know, whatever, that one. A giant vertical violin. Cello? So let's have another watcher through this, and I'm going to try and be more aware of the lyrics, but it is such a visually interesting video clip as well. Is this the actual street that they filmed?
I've got
The Verbs on?
might spend my last £10 on this pack of Marlboro Lights. I phoned up Stevie, I said, G, you alright? He said, it's 6 in the morning, brother, get some shut-eye. I feel a sense of well-being this time in the morning. Wear my heart out of my hoodie while the city is snoring. Drunks falling off the sidewalks get issued a warning. Distant sirens, they crescendo like a symphony calling. This is the Brit.
It's so fucking poetic. So yeah, clearly he's talking about like first thing in the morning, the sun's still coming up, people are still making their way home, shit-faced from partying, and there is something to that. I used to work at a pizza shop that closed at 6 a.m. on a Saturday morning, so I would always see these drunkards out on the train and just staggering around the streets, and there is a weird kind of like, it feels like it should be a dangerous situation, but it's like not threatening because it's the end of the night and everyone's just trying to get home. There's kind of a weird serenity to it.
And I know this is the Britain I love. There's poetry inside the city if you listen enough. Working class.
Yeah, great line.
Streets sleep rough while a mother with her baby takes her pram to the pub. And while she's knocking them down, the cost of living goes up. I can't relate to politicians with their head in the mud. I resonate with messy Fridays with the boy smoking bud. We do our bit to numb the struggle, as below so above, and as above.
Yeah, like this is just really like such a snapshot of the life of somebody from his age group, where he lives, and just the totality of it, I guess. And that's what that sweet symphony is. The bittersweet symphony is just the blend of all these different things, good and bad.
So below, here in the city we glow. I blow a smoke ring up.
I do like the drop though.
Smoking bud, we do our bit to numb the struggle, as below so above, and as above so below. Here in the city we glow. I blow a smoke ring up to heaven and it makes a halo. And then the clock strikes 7, guess it's time to head home. My companion is the city, so I'm never alone. I'm stepping in and out of gaps of the pavement cracks, and if I go to sleep now, that's an anticlimax. People rise for work and the sun mirrors that. A perfect juxtaposition for those out on the lash. Bear with me, it's beautiful, I think it's...
I'm not sure what out on the lash means, but I really like the whole, again, the visual metaphor in that line about the people rise for work and the sun mirrors that. It's a great line. It's a great line.
Perfect juxtaposition for those out on the lash. Bear with me, it's beautiful, I think it's irrefutable. There's beauty in the contradicting Britain, indisputable. Junkie in the cubicle, that old spoon is usable. His mother's in the black suit, crying at a funeral. 9 to 5 crucible, this route is not commutable. A kid falls off the tracks and then he serves a scratch at juvenile. Libby's at the Dolies, but her disposition's humorful, while Davy's at the bookies and his mates call him delusional. Britain.
Alright, so is he still talking about 7 in the morning? Is Davey at the bookies at 7 in the morning? Davey, what are you doing, mate? That's too early to be at the bookies. And stay off the gambling apps as well, Davey, for fuck's sake. You got a family, I assume.
Britain, drink it down and moan about the weather. When the sun starts shining, feel the factor 10 tremor. Boys will be in it together until the fists start flying like they're Conor McGregor, and then he's out. I think he took it too far. I think the boy saw red.
He can't help himself. He's writing this beautiful song about the the complex tapestry of inner city London, and then somebody gets their head kicked in on the street and left to die. But with that being said, it's also the violent, harsh reality of what it can be like wandering around the streets at 7 o'clock in the morning when there's angry, drunk people just trying to make their way home as well. So valid to put it in there, I guess. But yeah, everything I watch from REN, somebody's getting fucked up.
I think he hit him too hard. Now he's face down on the pavement with the face full of tar. Mad how small altercations can define who we are. That's my cue. I guess it's time to head home. It's bittersweet how my high found its way to be.
That's a great point. That's my cue. It's time to get the fuck out of here. There are angry people roaming. I need to go.
And I've said it once before, as above so below. Living on the streets of Britain, you just go with the flow. But I'm done. I'm out for the night. As the sun paints the pavements, I'll turn out the light. White noise on the radio to quiet my mind. Always was an overthinker, just the way I'm designed. Britain, drink it down and moan about the weather. When it's all said and done, we'll be in it all together. Boys will be like you forever. It's a bittersweet symphony with birds of a feather.
And what a really sincerely beautiful message as well. Like, I'm guessing a lot of racial tension over in the UK, and people complain about immigration and all that kind of stuff. But I love the fact that that's just a really kind of unifying song that's also not patronizing or kind of like off in a fantasy world either. So love this. I love the I'm trying to think of what the original song was about. Bittersweet Symphony. There's trying to make ends meet, you're a slave to money, then you die. Yeah, it's kind of a similar sort of like vibe. Does it have a positive turn? I can't change, but I'm here in my mo. Never understood that line. In my mo? I'm a million different people from one into the next. I can change my mo. No. Either way, even if Bittersweet Symphony's original lyrics were horrific, it's a beautiful track with some really, really nice composition. I'm pretty sure it is not a symphony. I'm pretty sure it is a sample on the Verve as well. Didn't they end up getting sued for it? I can't remember. Anyway, let's watch REN bust this shit out live.
I've got dirt on my Reeboks from staying up all night. I spent my last £10 on this pack of Marlboro Lights. I phoned up Stevie, I said, G, you alright? He said, it's 6 in the morning, brother, get some shut-eye. I feel a sense of well-being this time in the morning. Wear my heart out of my hoodie while the city is snoring. Drunks falling off the sidewalks get issued a warning. Distant sirens, they crescendo like a symphony calling. This is the
kind of like the slightly slower tempo.
There's poetry inside the city if you listen enough. Working class casualties out on the street sleep rough, while a mother with her baby takes a pram to the pub. And while she's knocking them down, the cost of living goes up. I can't relate to politicians with their head in the mud. I resonate with messy Fridays with my boy smoking bud. We do our bit to numb the struggle. As below, so above. As above, so below. Here in the city we glow. I blow a smoke ring up to heaven and it makes a halo. And then the clock strikes 7. Guess it's time to head home. My companion is the city, so I'm never alone. Stepping in and out of gaps of the pavement cracks. If I go to sleep now, that's an anticlimax. People rise for work and the sun mirrors that. A perfect juxtaposition for those out on the lash. Bear with me, it's beautiful, I think it's irrefutable. There's beauty in the contradicting Britain, indisputable.
Did they... First of all, I love the whole aesthetic and the background and the just real sort of candid, let's just set up somewhere. I'm sure they probably like kind of planned all this stuff, but it looks really sort of like just sort of natural. But did they cut those strings in post, or was that I love orchestras. I don't listen to enough of them, But anytime you see them do stuff like where they all stop at like a very unusual time together, it sounds surreal.
Is that a perfect juxtaposition for those out on the lash? Bear with me, it's beautiful, I think it's
I think they did it live, Jesus.
predicting Britain, indisputable. Junkie in the cubicle, his old spoon is usable. His mother's in a black suit, crying at a funeral. 9 to 5 crucible, this route is not commutable. The kid falls off the tracks, then he serves a stretch at juvenile. Libby's at the Dolies, but her disposition's humorful. While Davy's at the bookies and his mates call him delusional Britain. Drink it down and moan about the weather when the sun starts shining. Feel the factor 10 tremor. Boys will be in it together till the fists start flying like the Conor McGregor, and then he's out. I think he took it too far. I think the boy saw red. I think he hit him too hard. Now he's face down on the pavement with a face full of tar. Mad how small altercations can define who we are. That's my cue. I guess it's time to head home. Bittersweet how my high found its way to below. And I've said it once before, as above so below. Living on the streets of Britain, you just go with the flow. But I'm done, I'm out for the night. As the sun paints the pavements, I'll turn out the light. White noise on the radio to quiet my mind. I always was an overthinker, just the way I'm designed. Britain, drink it down and moan about the weather. When it's all said and done, we'll be in it all together. Boys will be boys.
I don't think that lady in the background is aware of this though. She is having a good old watch, and I'm pretty sure they blurred her face.
Cause it's so bittersweet.
Oh, yeah, where was my woo in this one?
That's life. Trying to make ends meet. You're a slave to money, then you die.
Sorry, Ren. And Renegades. No change, I can change, I can change, I can change, but I'm here in my mode. I'm in this language. That's my algorithm, everybody. We've all had enough of you making it tough for us all to pronounce you. And go watch my Jazz Emu reactions if you haven't, because they're fucking great. Wow, I love him. I love what Ren is doing. Like, yeah, it takes, I think, balls to sort of be as compassionate as he is. And that song especially is just a really sweet little snapshot into a random 5 a.m. or whatever, 7 a.m. on insert day here. And, you know, there's something, I used to work in the city, and you go there every single day, and there are things that are amazing, but you become like used to them and a bit desensitized to them, and you don't really appreciate, like, you know, you drive past like a stadium or like some kind of landmark in your city that like everybody in the world knows, and you go past it every day. It gets to the point where you're like, yeah, whatever, like who gives a shit? But it's amazing, and I think Ren did a good job of capturing the feeling of, you know, that just undescribable energy that you have at those particular moments in those environments. So loved it. I think that was a tickety-boo song. That's the first time I've used that in a sentence. Let me know if I used it right. But thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and go to patreon.com/FWCI if you want to support the channel further. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your friends, ta-ta, and farewell.